Hi everyone, so today's video I want to talk about the Logitech Crayon because I think school is starting soon and many people are looking into buying iPads to take digital notes, and Logitech Crayon is a very good alternative to the Apple Pencil. However, there's not a lot of information out there, or I would say in-depth reviews about the Logitech Crayon in my opinion, so I just hope to provide some advice on it based on my experience. I bought this crayon last year, I think in 2019, for my iPad 9.7 inch 7 or 6th generation, the latest one, and I bought it on educational pricing, so it's cheaper since I'm a student. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you all the pros and cons, the overview of how I feel the Logitech Crayon is. It should just be a list out here, like listing the pros and cons, and also overall, you know, my verdict, I think my own personal verdict is that if you're not an artist, then you should go for the Logitech Crayon, or if you don't mind like not having some stuff, then you should go for Logitech Crayon, and I'll delve on the what stuff that you'll miss out on if you have the Logitech Crayon. Okay, start the cons first. The first con that I was really annoyed by is that there is literally no iPad cover that will fit the Logitech Crayon into it, except those really expensive ones like the Logitech Slim Folio. So I'll just show you what cover I have now. This is my cover, and this is how the inside looks. So you know, there's some like covers that will have like pencil holder here, or at the top, you know, at the top over here. Sorry, I can't really show it because my screen is too small, but yeah, so I wanted to find a cover that could fit the crayon into it, but I don't know why there's literally no option for that in the market that is affordable. I once made the mistake of buying a cover that had a pencil holder like at the side here, but in the end it could only work with the Apple Pencil, and so this is one thing that I'm really irked by, because carrying this around is such a chore in my opinion. Like, it would be so much better if I had something I could put it somewhere rather than putting it in my pencil case, where it could get damaged, or you know, put it inside my like pocket folder where it gets squashed to the bottom. An alternative that I found to hold the Apple Pencil was this pencil holder, which is like elastic, and I'll show you guys now. So yeah, I found this pencil holder on the internet, and it fits both the Apple Pencil and the Logitech Crayon. So what you do is you just slot it in like this. It's pretty tight though. Yeah, just slot it in, and then you close it up. And what you can do is that you can put it over the iPad and just swing it around. So basically, it'll look like this. Yeah, and then but now I'm like covering the whole thing, so that's why. But if I just cover the main front part, then it'll look like this. So put it like that, and then when I open it, you know, it'll look like this. So the pen is here. Yeah, but I don't think it's really convenient. I don't know why, I forgot why, but I just didn't like it. I just didn't like using it, and it's also very flimsy, so I didn't really want to use it a lot and felt like it was a white elephant. Anyway, so yeah, if you want to have to be able to fit your pencil like with your iPad, then you should go for Apple Pencil, because you can't find one for Logitech Crayon unless you get the same folio, which is about $100 or $200 plus. Okay, so the first con is that there's no iPad case to fit the Logitech Crayon, and the second con with the Logitech Crayon is that you can't charge the crayon from the iPad, unlike the Apple Pencil. So for the Apple Pencil, I used to have it, but I switched over to the Logitech Crayon. The Apple Pencil, if you remove the tip, then you can plug it into your iPad like this, and the Apple Pencil will begin charging. But the thing is, for the Logitech Crayon, this is how you charge it, which is that you plug the cable in here. So for example, I have this cable for the iPhone, and I can use it to charge by plugging it inside here. And then the green button, the blinking green button, will indicate that it's charging. Once it's fully charged, then it will stay green all the way. Yeah. So if you run out of battery for the Logitech Crayon, then you will have to find an external source to charge it, unlike the Apple Pencil, which can be charged directly from the iPad. So, you know, even though it's very troublesome to charge the Apple Pencil, the first generation one, in that manner, but I would say that it's very convenient, especially if you suddenly run out of battery because you forgot to charge. But, you know, Logitech Crayon is said that the battery life for 30 minutes of charge is around 7 hours of usage. And I've never had an encounter where actually yes, I have had encounters where, you know, suddenly the light here will start blinking red to indicate that, you know, I need to charge it, or it's at around 10% of battery. So it's quite troublesome that I had to go here and then charge it for 30 minutes, unlike the Apple Pencil, which only charges for 30 seconds to get full charge. Okay, the third con is that it's in regard to digital note-taking. So my judgment is that the Logitech Crayon works better on Notability than GoodNotes. So there's always been a competition, right, between Notability and GoodNotes, and the better one. In my opinion, if you're using the Logitech Crayon, Notability will be the better note-taking platform. But if you're using Apple Pencil, then you will find GoodNotes to be the better platform to take notes on. And let me just elaborate a bit on that. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to make some comparisons between notes that I took on Notability and GoodNotes using the Apple Pencil and the Logitech Crayon. So if you can see here, this is like an example of the notes that I took using the Apple Pencil on GoodNotes. So this is GoodNotes. The stuff on top. Oh, this is the previous version of GoodNotes, so GoodNotes 4. Now they have GoodNotes 5. But anyway, you can see that the notes, right, using Apple Pencil, they look so much nicer. They look pretty nice. It's like clear, and it's kind of like my handwriting. It looks like my handwriting. And then, see, when I draw the diagrams on it, it also looks really nice. So this is using the Apple Pencil. And then compare it to when I use the Logitech Crayon to draw on GoodNotes. This is GoodNotes 5. Yeah, it looks so ugly. Compared to the Apple Pencil, this looks so ugly. Oops. I think it's just personal preference, but to me, Apple Pencil and GoodNotes, they are able to recognize your, like, what you're trying to write so much better compared to using Logitech Crayon. But then, if I use Logitech Crayon on Notability, the notes are so nice. So like this example of notes I took on Notability. So on top the bar there, you can see that it's Notability. And it just makes the words look so rounded and so, like, so much more appealing to the eyes. And yeah, I just don't know why that Notability seems to be better for Crayon, while GoodNotes seems to be better for Apple Pencil. And this handwriting is like similar to my real life handwriting as well, so I would say it's pretty good. Another example of my notes could be like here. I would say it's pretty nice also. They took it like it looks really nice. That's why I prefer, since I have Crayon now, I prefer Notability compared to GoodNotes. Although I really like GoodNotes filing system. So like in GoodNotes 5, they give you, they let you like put things into files, which I really like. But I don't use it a lot because handwriting looks horrible. Yep, so that's my verdict, which is that Notability is better with Crayon, GoodNotes is better with Apple Pencil. But I think that it's just my personal preference and it differs from person to person. But you know, the quality of handwriting on GoodNotes really made me want to get the Apple Pencil again, which I refrained from. And okay, so that's the third con, which is that, you know, the handwriting is so much better on Notability with the Crayon compared to Apple Pencil. And the fifth con, I think, oh no, fourth con, is that the Logitech Crayon has no pressure sensitivity. And that means that, you know, when I, let's say for this, let me switch it on. So how I switch it on is you just press this and then you wait for the green light to come on. So that means it's on. Then you can just choose. So let's black. Yeah, so no pressure sensitivity means that if I'm pressing, oops, if I'm pressing lightly, right, it looks like this. If I press like hard, it still looks the same. Compared to if I use the Apple Pencil, like if I draw lightly, then, you know, it will show a difference in shade. yeah. So all my words, all my drawings would look like the same thickness. Yeah, basically if I choose the same thickness, they'll all appear the same. So I choose the third one, then they all look the same. But I just use it for studying, and I'm not an artist, and so it doesn't matter to me. But I've also drew on the iPad before using Procreate, and it turned out not bad. Let me see. Yep, I drew this on my iPad using the crayon thing at the end of last year. So it looks like this. And I think it's pretty cute, right? Okay, yeah, I think in my own opinion, I think it was pretty cute, and I drew this on the crayon. So it doesn't really matter to me that I don't have pressure sensitivity in my digital pencil, because I can still draw it. So I would say that Logitech Crayon is okay for drawing as well. But if, like, you really want to have that pressure sensitivity element in your digital drawings, then definitely go with Apple Pencil. Okay, so actually that is my last con. Now we can go into the pros, I guess. So the pros of the Logitech Crayon is that it is much cheaper than the Apple Pencil. The crayon is compatible with all iPads released from 2018 onwards, as according to the Logitech website. But the crayon costs about $70, while the Apple Pencil first generation would be $99, and the second generation Apple Pencil would be $129. So between the first generation and the crayon, there's not much difference, but the second generation and the crayon, there is a lot of difference. As a student, I wanted to choose the cheaper option, so I went with crayon, and to be honest, I don't really regret buying it. The pro actually is that when I know some users of the Apple Pencil, they complain that, when they put the pencil on the table, then the Apple Pencil will just roll because it's round. But for the crayon, but that only applies for first generation, but for the crayon, it's flat, so it will not roll at all, it just stay there. Yeah, so that's what I enjoy. So there's two pros already, which is that the crayon is cheaper than the Apple Pencil, and it won't roll. Also, I really like that the charging port portion is designed this way, where you open and then you plug the thing in. Because when I was using the Apple Pencil, I actually bought secondhand, and the cap had actually disappeared from the previous owner, because the cap is detachable, so it just, I don't know, went missing. But for Logitech Crayon, this would never go missing, which I really like. Okay, so that's the third con, the third pro. The fourth pro is that you don't need to switch on the Bluetooth for the crayon. From what I understand, the Apple Pencil, you always have to switch on the Bluetooth on your iPad so that the pencil can connect to it. But for the crayon, you don't need to. So, like, I can still draw, right, because this is switched on, but my Bluetooth is not on at all. So you see, my Bluetooth is switched off, because the first time I paired it, I used my Bluetooth, then afterwards I don't need to use it anymore. So I just have to switch this on, and then I can start using it already. And my battery won't drain so fast also, because my previous experience with the previous iPad was that the battery drained super fast because my Bluetooth was always switched on. Okay, and then the next pro, that the crayon can be switched on and off. So like I demonstrated earlier, how I switch on was press and hold, right, then the green light came on. So it's still okay. And how I switch off is I press and hold again. The green light will come on and then disappear, and that's how I know it's switched off, so I can't draw anymore. But the Apple Pencil, you can't switch it on and off. So the battery is like, I don't know if it's constantly being used, not, but definitely it does drain a bit. So I like the Logitech Crayon in the aspect that you can save battery. Okay, the next pro is actually my last pro, I think. So what I would like about the crayon is that it also feels nicer. So how I hold the Apple Pencil is I hold it like this, right, and I write. And it's flat, so I hold the flat surface against my thumb and then I write. And it definitely has more grip, and the posture of your hand is more comfortable compared to the Apple Pencil because it's round. And it like forced me to grip very hard to keep the Apple Pencil in place. If not, it kept slipping. And the first generation Apple Pencil was also a very like super smooth material, so it can slide here and there, which made using the pencil for long periods of time very uncomfortable. The Logitech Crayon, I would say it's the same. Like, if you use it for very long, you will also feel uncomfortable, but not to the same extent as the Apple Pencil, where you know, it's really unbearable to keep holding it for hours. Okay, so just to recap, the pros is that it's cheaper than Apple Pencil. It will not roll off the table. You won't lose any parts. You don't need to switch on the Bluetooth to connect. You can switch the crayon on and off to save battery, and it feels nicer. And the cons are that there will be no iPad cover to fit the Logitech Crayon, except Logitech Slim Folio, which is very expensive. And you cannot charge the Logitech Crayon directly from the iPad, so I can put it like this. So it's troublesome if I don't have an external source to charge it. And last con is that crayon will only look nicer. Your handwriting on crayon, with crayon, will only look nicer on Notability, in my own experience. Okay, so as I said at the start of the video, my final verdict is that I would go with the Logitech Crayon if I have to choose again. And I don't regret it because it's very good, and I'm a student, so I don't need a lot of stuff. But it really depends on what you need the pencil or the iPad for. So like if you're drawing, then you need touch sensitivity, then go with Apple Pencil. But speaking from my own perspective as a student, the crayon is really good, and my only for so long, the only thing I wish that I could change about the crayon was to find a suitable iPad cover to fit it inside. Yeah. So if you're exploring the Apple Pencil or crayon and you want to save money as well, then crayon. Go with crayon. I can't really decide for you which one is better, so I hope based on my own opinion and my own advice, you will be able to make a decision for yourself, or generally, if anyone else is watching for fun, I hope that this video has been informative and you know, at least provided some advice. And I will see you in my next video then. Bye bye.